Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. This is PSA TV, the Wake Up Call segment. I'm Avalon Williams. In studio here with us this morning from ALTA, Mrs. Bernadette Nathaniel. She's a representative from ALTA. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Thanks for having us to give us this opportunity.
I know. How was the journey on the head this morning? Was it difficult to find where we're at?
No. It was very quiet. It was easy to find.
I know we have some viewers and listeners that are tuned in with us every morning. Amy Williams and also my makeup artist, Joa Barclay. Good morning to you guys. Thanks for this morning.
You did a good job.
Yes, you did. Thanks. So, Ms. Bernadette, I just want to start with you, though. Just to give the viewers, a little background of who is Ms. Bernadette Nathaniel.
I am representing ALTA. I am a volunteer tutor. I have been with ALTA for 7 years. I'm going into my 8th year. This is something I always plan to do in my retirement. As I feel that it is the most worthwhile project that I can work on in terms of being able to help somebody to be able to read, because I can't imagine a life without reading.
I know. Could you just tell us, who is ALTA?
Okay, ALTA is a non-profit organization. It has been around since 1992. It was founded by Paula Lucy Smith, who was a teacher herself, and saw the need. She recognized that there were students who could not read or write, and she almost single-handedly started this project, which has mushroomed, that now we have 300 volunteer tutors and 50 centers where people can go to learn to read and write.
Okay. I want you to just tell us, what is literacy all about, though, for those that, it's not a one.
Literacy is the ability to read, understand, and use information. We must note that literacy and intelligence are not related. At ALTA, our belief is that first-time readers are not first-time thinkers. You have very intelligent people who, by reason of circumstances, are unable to read and write, but that does not say anything about their intelligence.
I know. Why is literacy so important?
Sorry, I have a bad sinus one.
I know. I think we should toss a little break and come back. Guys, we're just going to toss a short break and just come right back and continue the conversation here with Mrs. Nathaniel. Good morning and welcome back to PSA TV. This is a Wake Up Call segment. I'm Avalon Williams. So we're just continuing a conversation here with Mrs. Nathaniel from ALTA. She's one of the representatives there over at ALTA. So we had just ended off where I asked, why is literacy so important, though?
Okay, literacy is fundamental to learning, whether you're in school or outside of school. In Trinidad and Tobago and indeed the world, there's a stigma attached to individuals who are unable to read and write. We see reading and writing as a sign of intelligence and not as a skill that can be improved. As a result of this, individuals who struggle with literacy, they are stuck in poverty, they are unable to get better paying jobs, they are entry-level jobs or lower, and they are stuck there. ALTA did an impact survey study in 2012, and it stated that 52% of our students were able to move into higher paying jobs once they had completed the course.
That's good, because I know there's a lot of persons that I've been interviewing. They have some sort of, issues with the educational level and stuff like that.
Yes, and this is a way of improving those skills.
Some of them, when they're not fully educated, they feel that type of way, they're being stigmatized. And
oh yes, that happens very often, and there's a lot of lack of self-confidence.
Mrs. Nathaniel, what would you say is the literacy level in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, a study was done in 1995 by UE and 1994 at ALTA, and it found 23% of the population struggle with reading and writing, and I suspect that figure may have increased. And 32% can cope with some everyday reading and writing, but not all of them. So that's a huge figure.
It is, it is. I know you mentioned that the 52% which students improved though, but is adult literacy improving now?
Well, we haven't had a study since then, so we can just go based on what we are seeing.
From 2012.
Yeah, but it has improved in terms of our ALTA registration. As long as registration is there, it means there's a need for it. And sometimes you get as many as 600 adults in the academic year, per academic year. Sometimes adults have responsibilities, they have to work, so they may not be able to come to class as often as they would like. Sometimes they drop out, but we encourage anyone who has dropped out to come back. We are always there waiting, and we can pick up where they left off.
How many students would you say ALTA have helped though?
Approximately 14,000 students.
14,000.
Which is a big amount.
I know I had some persons asking about, the age levels.
Okay. ALTA is a free course that is open to adults 16 years and over.
So what about, but would you say you'll cater for any persons under 16, evening classes, if parents want to improve on their children in terms of speaking and reading?
Our main focus is on adult literacy, as it is the Adult Literacy Tutors Association.
Right.
But there are limited spaces for 9 to 15 age groups, but that is very, very limited because we have to keep classes small to get the benefit. What we would suggest is that in 2020 we have an online, or ALTA will be online, and they can access that then.
2020, okay. Could you, for those that want, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to expand a little more on the online.
Yeah.
Because this is something that we really want to push. It is catering for students, adults, and students who cannot physically come to classes.
Right.
So that will be another way of improving their literacy. So we are looking forward to that to be launched in 2020.
What is your interaction with some of these adults when they come to ALTA?
Oh, it is a very rewarding and I would say humbling experience because sometimes we feel that we are helping them, but they also help us to appreciate what we have, that we take reading for granted, reading and writing. When we see their struggles and their perseverance, it really is a rewarding experience. It also helps because everyone who is there wants to be there, and that makes a big difference. A lot of times you have problems in schools because the students really are not interested, but they come voluntarily, nobody sends them, they want to be there. For some people it is a big step, but we're encouraging you to take that step. Everybody's there in the same position, so you don't need to feel in any way apprehensive or nervous about coming. We are all in the same boat.
That's nice. How could you, for those that will be interested in becoming a tutor at ALTA, how could you brief them on how to become a tutor at ALTA?
Okay, to become a tutor, first of all, you call our number, which will be posted on the screen.
Yes, they're going to post some numbers on the screen for us this morning.
Numbers will be posted on the screen. You call that number and you arrange for an interview. You'll be interviewed. Once you're accepted, you'll be asked to observe 8 classes at an ALTA class. So that gives you the opportunity to see what it is about, see if it is really for you and if it's something you would like to do. Once you observe and both sides are satisfied, you enter into a full training program.
Right.
6 days, 8 to 4, very thorough, which trains you to start teaching in September.
Okay.
The academic year starts in September.
And the qualifications and stuff, do you need any sort of qualifications?
Yes, you must have either 1 or 2 in CSEC.
Okay.
The main qualification apart from that is a passion and a commitment. It's a big commitment because a lot of these students have been let down by people in the past, and you don't want to let them down by not coming to class.
Right.
So-
I remember one time I actually looked into ALTA to becoming a teacher there, and I was like, am I ready? You think I could do this? I mean, you must have a lot of patience though to be
Yes,
elected.
but your patience is rewarded because when you see them progressing, when you start with someone who cannot read, and at the end of the year they feel so proud. In fact, ALTA started the year before in March. They have reading under the trees. And the students
I saw that in the
themselves,
papers,
yes.
reading
You
under the
have
tree.
recognized authors, but you also have students who come and read. Some of them read their own work. And they are so proud to be able to read in front of you. Some of them could never read before. So that, I think, when you see things like that, you forget about, all the obstacles that they may have.
Does ALTA get any sort of support from the government though?
No, it's non-governmental, and it's mainly through the, sponsorship,
Right.
donations, and in fact, this is one of the things that people can do. You may not have the time to come and be a tutor, but you can help in other ways. We have a program where you can sponsor a student for $600
Right.
a year. You'll be, we will keep you updated on the student's progress. You can also give the gift of reading for $200 a term, so you can help in those ways. If it is that being a tutor is too demanding on your time, you can be a reading guide,
Okay.
because we have a reading circle where there is only reading. If it is that you only want to learn to read, because people have different objectives.
Yes.
Some people want to be able to read the Bible. Some people want to help their children with their schoolwork. Some of them, of course, want to progress in their jobs, and coming to ALTA is a stepping stone towards getting CSEC and so.
Right.
So we have different levels, and it's there for different needs.
How many centers does ALTA have across the
About
country?
50 centers.
50 centers.
And these centers are mainly schools, churches, so we get that kind of support from the community.
Right.
Sometimes community spaces, and the library.
Okay.
This has been very supportive.
Could you also brief them on how to become a student at ALTA?
Okay, well that is very important. Right now, this promotion is mainly for registration. Of course, telling people what ALTA is about, for registration, because if we don't have students, we don't have ALTA.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
we hope one day in the future, when the education system is so good that we don't need ALTA, but right now we need it.
Of course.
And
of course.
registration starts September 3rd, Tuesday, September 3rd, and Wednesday, September 4th. We will have a team of volunteers there between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on each day. If anyone is interested, you can call head office at 624-ALTA 2582. And what we ask when you come to register is to walk with your ID cards.
Okay. So I know there's probably some numbers showing where persons could contact you at ALTA.
Yes, 624-2582 is the main head office number. We have a hotline, 7419454, a REMA, 664-2582, San Fernando, 653-4656.
Could you also, for those that are listening, if you can just list out the places they could go to register?
Registration venues on September 3rd and 4th. Nallis, Arima, Chaguanas, Couva, Faisabad, Mayaro, Point Fortin, Port of Spain, San Fernando, Sangre Grande, Siparia, and Tunapuna. All these are at Nallis. And other venues are Shiva Boys College, Brighton Anglican Church, and St. John's Church Hall, Pittigo.
I know your office, is it in
Belmont, yeah.
So that's the main office there?
That's the main office, yes. And then
Okay.
we have offices in Arima and San Fernando.
Okay. I know it's students on school breaks and stuff like that. What is happening? What is ALTA doing around this time?
Well, we are preparing for registration. We do training, constant training. Although we have the first 6 training sessions for when you are entering. Every year we have refresher courses and at different levels. Because let me explain a little bit about the different levels.
Yes.
On the first day of term, which is the 9th of September, students come in, we have an assessment. It's not a test, it's an assessment.
You know, when they hear assessment,
I
they
know.
start to, yeah.
So I want to stress that it is not a test. We have to know what level to put you in.
Yes.
So that is the main purpose of that exercise, just to know what level to put you in. So don't feel apprehensive about that. We have beginners, we have level 1, level 2, level 3. And in addition to this, we also have the reading circle, which is once a week.
Okay.
And as I said, I did not finish that thought, people who may be interested to help as a reading guide, that is once a week, 2 hours a week, and it is not as demanding. Training for them is one Saturday in October, and it is not, you don't have to do the training. Training for a tutor is more rigorous. We also have a spelling program.
That's nice.
Yes, for people who may have challenges with spelling. So, you know, you have different areas depending on what your needs are.
I know when we hear stuff like spelling programs and stuff like that, people get very timid with all of that.
No. The spelling program, I mean, there are some people who are well educated and high up, but spelling is a different skill.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have challenges with spelling.
Yep.
In fact, ALTA has just produced a spelling dictionary.
That's nice. I
Yes.
didn't bring one for
I'm
me to
sorry
see.
I didn't bring mine. Yes, I'm really sorry. And you have different rules and strategies. You can't really teach somebody how to spell.
Yeah.
But you can guide them with the different rules and strategies. I mean, 80% of spelling is according to phonics, and we teach by phonics. ALTA teaches by phonics. So it is easier if you have rules and strategies that can guide you and better enable you to spell. So, in fact, I teach a spelling program.
Okay.
So I have to push it.
So you're still with ALTA,
Oh,
even
yes.
though you're retired and stuff like that, you still volunteer to do stuff
No,
with them?
after I retired, I volunteered to be a tutor with ALTA.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been there long, Miss Bernadette?
No, mine is short compared. A lot of people are 20 plus years.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and that shows the kind of commitment the tutors have.
Yeah, I mean, you must have a commitment to do.
Yeah, we have there are people there tutors who are more than 20 years.
How many students do you think how many students in a class?
We try to keep the ratio 1 to 6.
Okay.
So the number of students depends on those who register.
Right.
You may have a class like my spelling class has about 25 students, but you may have classes with less. It depends on how many students register.
Could you brief me on the experience when persons now interact with each other? You know, they will feel embarrassed about, you know, some of them may not be able to speak properly, write, spell. What is that experience for you though?
I think it is the type of class that ALTA has is very cooperative in that we encourage people to help each other. It is not like a normal, when you go to school, we try to avoid that.
Right.
It's a cooperative atmosphere. The tutors, they walk around. We hardly ever stand in front of the class and teach. It's a one-on-one. We encourage the stronger students to help the weaker students. The first day, you know, they get to know each other. We have little things for them to do. And you find a spirit of cooperation. It's not like in school where you're afraid to get buff or so. No. It's a completely different atmosphere.
You spoke about the online, they can go online and register as well?
Yes.
Do you have the
Not
online?
Yet, it's 2020.
2020, okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to toss that short break and come back and just close up some comments here with Mrs. Bernard here this morning. Good morning and welcome back to PSA TV. This is a wake-up call segment. I'm Avalon Williams and we have Mrs. Bernadette Nathaniel here from ALTA with us. We've just been discussing, what is ALTA and what the benefits you can get from ALTA as well. One of the questions I wanted to ask you, Ms. Nathaniel, was what are some of the reasons why students never learn to read and write though?
Okay, sometimes, when students cannot read or write, or grown adults cannot read or write, we think they are unintelligent or lazy. But some of the stories that we have heard over the years about why they cannot would break your heart. It tells a different tale. Many of our students dropped out of school at an early age, never attended school or attended irregularly due to extreme poverty, illness,
I think that's number one.
Extreme poverty, yes. I mean, sometimes when some of them tell their stories, it is difficult to believe that this is happening, A lot of them may have been ill as children, and so they weren't able to attend school regularly. They missed out. Some of them just kept being promoted, although they did not reach a acquired standard. We find a lot of them, especially in the rural districts, had to help their parents with agricultural work. They needed their hands, like if they ran parlors or did agricultural work, etc. Some of them had learning disabilities, dyslexia, attention deficit, but it was never picked up, and again they just moved through the ranks and ended up not being able to read or write. But what we have found is, like those with dyslexia, the program we teach is a phonics-based program, and it helps them. We're able to help them more than the normal way of teaching.
Do you at any point in time felt like you wanted to give up?
No, I've never felt that, no.
Okay.
I've never felt that. Sometimes you may feel a little discouraged. Somebody who had a great promise drops out for one reason or another. And you feel really sad because if they had stayed, they would have succeeded. You can see, they are where they are not through any fault of their own. And in fact, sometimes, once or twice, we try to encourage them to write. Sometimes they write about their feelings. And you have someone who's 50, 60, still upset about what happened to them, So it goes back a long way, and sometimes when they don't have the support, the parental or family support, that's how they end up not being able to read or write.
Yeah, I could just imagine. What are some other extra activities does ALTA cater for adults? Do you all do anything for fun? What do you all do for fun besides sitting in the classroom and learning,
Well, it's not really sitting. We do a lot of games in the classroom.
Okay.
Games to reinforce the lessons that they learn. We try to get them moving, because when they sit, a lot of them come from a hard day's work. And it is really a challenge for them. But they are determined. But we try to do games. We try to get them to stand in between, And, well, as you said, we have this reading under the trees, which has really blossomed, and which we want to continue. In the second term of the year, we encourage students to go on an outing, as we call
That's
it.
nice.
Some place of interest in the country. And it's structured in a way that after they come back, they have to write about it.
That's nice.
They take photographs, they have fun. And then at the end of the term, like Christmas, most of our classes have a little party, a little get-together, socializing.
Nice. That's nice. We're just going to toss a short break and just come back to end the program with you this morning. Good morning and welcome back to PSA TV, the Wake Up Call segment here. So we're just going to close off here with the whole ALTA institution and stuff like that with Mrs. Bernadette Nathaniel. So before you give us the last comment, could you just give the viewers and some of the locations they can go to?
To register?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I want to say again, Registration takes place on Tuesday 3rd, Wednesday 4th September from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We encourage you to let everyone know. You may know someone who wants to improve reading and writing skills and a little hesitant, but please do encourage them to come and register. You can register at the Nalis Library registration venues: Arima, Chaguanas, Hoover, Faizabad, Mayaro, Point Fortin, Port of Spain, San Fernando, Sangre Grande, Siparia, and the Tunapuna, at the Shiva Boys College, the Brighton Anglican Church, and St. John's Church Hall, Peterborough. All you need for registration is your ID card. There is no charge to register. And we really ask you to ask anyone who you may know that will benefit from this program to come out and register.
Just for some of those that in the Diego Martin area, you can also go at the Diego Martin Government Secondary School. Also
these
at
are classes. These are where classes are held.
Okay, so these are where it's held.
Yeah,
so they can go
those
there
are classes. We have classes. Those are just the registration venues to register, and then you will choose which class is most suitable for you. And we have 50 class centers. So throughout Trinidad, we have classes. We have in Arima, Aruca, Barataria, Belmont, Chaguanas, Claxton Bay, Hoover, Curep, Diego Martin, Faizabad, Gasparillo, Laventil, Morva, Maraval, Mayaro, Penal, Point Fortin, Port of Spain, Princestown, San Fernando, Sangre Grande, Santa Cruz, Siparia, St. Augustine, St. James, Tunapuna, West Moorings, and Woodbrook. So you see, you have classes everywhere.
Yes, you have classes everywhere, though. That's really nice, though. It's really nice. I also want to say good morning to your communications manager. That is Mr. Shahar Ali.
Yes.
And I spoke to him yesterday, and he just went on and on. Very knowledgeable guy about the whole ALTA institution.
Yes.
So before we end today's program with you, Mrs. Nathaniel, I will ask you for your closing comments.
Okay, my closing comments are what I've been saying, stressing on, hoping that registration will be successful. It is we asking you, we are begging you to tell people, if you want to come yourself, please come yourself. Sometimes it's not only to start reading and writing, it's also to improve your skills. So if you think you may benefit from improving your skills, please come and register. Spread the word for us, and we look forward to a big crowd on September 3rd and 4th.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Bernard Nathaniel from ALTA, for joining us here this morning and letting us know, it's never too late to learn.
Yes.
So.
Yes, we have had students who are something years old, 80 years old, and they went through the program and graduated.
That's so nice.
So, it's never too late.
Thank you so much for joining us here at
Okay.
PSA TV. You're always welcome. We will help you push ALTA as well, so other persons could be aware of what ALTA offers to persons in Trinidad and Tobago. So we're going to toss that short break and come right back to the program.
Okay, thank you.